This video is sponsored by Surfshark.
What's your age?
57.
Are you single?
Yes.
How did that turn out for you?
A marriage and 2 children.
And then divorce?
And then divorce, yes.
How long was your marriage with your ex-wife?
How do you know?
How would a woman know that you're gonna drop a 10-incher on her if she hasn't even...
Are you trying to say that magic isn't real? I think it's because your woman has... When you come to Miami, you see the real nature of women. It's not your fault, buddy.
About 20 years.
How do you go from having a whole family life to coming back out into the world as a single man?
There's a thing I refer to as the ladder of love. People walk up the ladder of love when they're beginning a relationship. They say, oh, I really like you. I'll do this for you. The next person says, oh, if you'll do that for me, then I'll do this for you. If you'll do this for me. Well, I'm not going to do that for you. Oh, well, then I'm not going to do this for you. And then I'm not going to do this for you. And then they walk down the ladder of love. And at some point, people reduce themselves to the passion and the love and that chemistry, that oxytocin, that thing that really draws you together. It begins to die. And if you don't have the basis for the relationship, things that you love to do together, then eventually you grow apart and you either become people who don't like each other, or you do what we did. You become like a brother and a sister.
Do you see yourself getting married to a woman again, or is it more of just a life partner thing from this point going forward?
So I haven't married a second time, but I'm looking for a wife.
Why even take that risk?
Hey, yo, this is because whenever he talks to people that are single or people that are broken up, he's like, yo, why did you give it up? And when he's with people, are you suffice with this? Like, it's like there's never like a happy sentence. You know what I mean?
So what he normally does is he asks women why they quit on a marriage.
Yes.
And then he asks men why they want to get married. Why not just be a life partner? Why not do the high value man? He's actually being consistent. It's because you're not paying attention to the gender.
To who the gender. Yeah.
Why even take that risk?
There comes a point in your life when you start asking yourself the question, what am I going to do for the time that I have left? And that's when you start viewing life very differently. You realize that there's a number of days you have left to live, but you want to decide how to make those days really count. I'm not thinking anymore about how to build an empire because I did that. And so when you reach that point in your life, you say to yourself, what do I want to do? How do I want to give back? Who do I want to teach? Who do I want to mentor? What do I want to leave as my legacy? And then you say to yourself, who do I want to do that with?
When
a man loves a woman,
and things don't work out, I think a lot of times people expect a whole bitter outcome. But what people also don't realize is that when divorce happens, men are like 60% more likely to get remarried. Not the women, men. You know, and for all the shit that marriage gets and how much people shit on it online, I realize it's almost exclusively really an online thing. And when men who are divorced are asked about marriage, they speak about it positively. Maybe not their last marriage, but the desire to want to be married is still there. And most of them do get remarried because as you age, the prospects of a single man are substantially worse than the prospects of a single woman. So online, y'all can live whatever y'all want to live. Y'all can, I'm be with my homies. Your bed full of like male pubes. Congrats. Nobody in real life trying to do this shit.
Let's move in together.
Yeah, folks get families, and then they move on. They're not kicking it like that.
Let's move in together with my homie.
Right.
No. We got like 5 topics to cover today regarding why you should never live with your girlfriend. Oh, you could be the biggest, most, I guess, tallest, most masculine alpha out there. Oh, man, can we cuddle? And before you know it, time passes along and you're like, damn, you become I want to say the word cuck, but like you become kind of complacent because
coconuts in Barbados.
Yeah. Become like lazy in a way. Which I think is why you should live with your brothers or live with someone that's like a man because...
Oh, hell no. Oh, yeah. Vacation. Sunshine on your skin. If you want to be able to enjoy your vacation and go on a wonderful trip, which you should definitely do, I would suggest you to get a Surfshark VPN changer. Not only is the VPN changer going to allow to change your location of your device, and also the programs that you want to enjoy. Yeah, because you know sometimes you're trying to watch a program from another country and it gives you that message that oh, the program that you're trying to view is not available in the country that you are in. Well, I'm in the country that I'm in and I want to watch the content from other countries. What do you want me? I'm a simple man. Surfshark VPN Changer allows you to do that because you change your location with that, and on top of that, you can put that on any device that you want. Your phone, your computer, your laptop, your tablet. There's no limit. You can also save on your fare. Yeah, because if you change the location of where you at and you book plane tickets, you're gonna be able to save some money. Ain't that great? All that with a wonderful VPN changer. Thanks, Surfshark. And right now, if you click on the link below or you go on surfshark.com/AbbaandPreach and use promo code AbbaandPreach at checkout to be able to enjoy those 4 months for free. You're gonna be able to enjoy that, your programs, save money. Click on the link below and enjoy right now. You're missing out. I know I'm not. Back to the regular scheduled programming. He has his perspective of how he lived it. The latter thing, that's one way to see it. I can understand that. There's some people that function like that. I don't think that this guy is inherently wrong. He's not giving up on marriage and stuff like that. He didn't give up on marriage. The latter, I do this makes sense to some people in the way that people view relationship. Mm-hmm. That's not how I view it, but I get that a lot of, not even some people, a lot of people see it like that. He's not like, these women. He's like, no, I'm still looking. I'm good. He's not bitter about it. That's not red pill, I would say. He's just like, yeah, you know what? It didn't work. It decreased the ladder, and then whatever. I'm going to look for something else. I'm going to look for a wife. The complication of a divorce, you can be bitter very quickly.
Listening to this guy, 2 things. The first part is this young man's like, why would you get remarried? He's thinking about it from the fear standpoint, the outcomes that are negative when you have some wealth and you get divorced. But if you listen to the man who's actually been through it, he don't speak with it with like this tremendous pain or whatever it is. He's looking towards the future and be like, oh, listen, I don't got much time in this world. Like, my days are numbered. So what am I here to do? He said, I wanted to mentor. Who do I leave my legacy to? Who do I help? He's not thinking about Hugh Hefner trying to fuck, because that's just not. That shit becomes less and less content and joy as you get older. The only thing this man's focused on is how does he give back? That's his words. And I identify with that because even in me in my 30s, I've already waned off of that shit so much. It's generally dudes who have some level of dysfunction in their life who are still on that like, fuck bitches, get money up. That's it. So it's just, when you listen to him, you can tell that he's ready to assume responsibilities and to really be a leader in a lot of ways. And I think a lot of men on a smaller scale as they get older identify with that. And I commend that. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think it shows a lot of maturity. And I also want to give a bit of credit to the guy who's doing the interview. You know, we shit on him all the time because he does these interviews. He's always kind of goofy, and he's still a goofy person. But here he is, not being biased and hiding this kind of interview. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know what? Even though this goes against the narrative that I have, let me just put it out there. And that's worth commending. And the last thing I'll say is, I understand the point of marriage is to be together forever, but that doesn't always happen. And I personally don't think that it's necessarily failure. Me personally. I know other people have a different view of it, but I could imagine plenty of scenarios where I'm potentially married with somebody for 20 years. You have all these happy marriages. You birth beautiful children. They grow up to be great people. Your ex-wife helped shape them in a lot of good ways, but you guys fall apart. Is that a failure? I don't know. I put that question to you guys. Would you guys inherently see that as a failure if you could imagine in those 20 years how many happy memories, how many great things, and see your partner reflected in your kids and being proud of your children? Is that necessarily a failure? I asked the question to you.
I saw a video about a basketball player, and it was always the same journalist that was asking him the same question. He was kind of sick and tired of it.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. You asked me the same question last year, Eric.
And his response was good because they didn't have a good game. And the journalist was always referring to whatever he didn't have a good game as a failure. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yo, you're always talking to me about this failure stuff. What are you talking about? So I should throw the whole thing in the trash?
Mm-hmm. Do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No.
We're gonna discard everything. We're gonna discard the whole relationship. That's where you have to quantify the bitterness that you have in the relationship. You have to look back and look at the positive sides of it. Yeah. Even some people that I fell out with I could still see like, yeah, no, we had good moments. That person, you know, being covered is a bitch ass nigga, but you know, like we had some good times. We can't go against that. I would not call the whole thing a failure, but there's certainly some things that made it fail. Yes, definitely. So this whole thing about, oh yeah, the whole marriage is a failure or marriage is not good. Hey, something happened, it didn't work out, and then that's it. But I'm not ready to discard this whole thing or the whole career or the whole path that you went through. There's some rough patches, and sometimes the rough patches make it end. There was some rough, but it was good.
It was good? Oh, yeah. I think that's the mature way to kind of look. I'm not saying every marriage and every divorce is good, or you know, but I'm just trying to say that these periods where things don't end the way that we wanted is not necessarily a failure. And branding it as such, I think, is just sad a little bit. And it sounds like that's not how he views it either. Because he speaks about her. He says, listen, we just went from being husband and wife to like brother and sister and best friends. We just don't have that romantic feeling. Is that a failure? I don't know. I think to me, I wouldn't view that person. Of course, I'm speaking on the outside looking in, but me just listening to him and what he's saying, it doesn't sound like he views it as a failure.
I don't think it's a failure. I think it's a success.
Yeah.
If you become friends and you're still buddies, you understand that this is not your partner. You're able to laugh it out and just be like, "Hey, what up?" Mm-hmm. We went from this to that, and it's fine, it's cool, but we're still cool. There ain't no feelings that are hurt. That's cool. I don't think it's a failure.
Yeah, and online, you know, we used to live in a world where marriage was just glorified and made this like perfect sanctimonious thing you can never. And then, you know, men came along in the more recent time and started speaking some of the downsides and some of the really horror stories that happened to dudes in regards to like how they're cleaned out by their wives or whatever. And that was also okay. But now we've gone to this place now where we've gone to the other extreme and just made some marriage like the worst thing in the world. And the reality is, like, if you look at all the numbers, if you look at all the statistics, what it says is that men report higher levels of happiness when they're in a good marriage. Mm-hmm. Men report higher levels of income when they're in marriage, period. Meaning, I think they get like a 15 to 16% more. They're able to work longer hours. They have like a overall better quality of life. It's much more stable for the kids. And so when you think about all these things, these are also worth mentioning in the context. I'm not here to say marriage is the best or the greatest. I'm not trying to say none of that. I'm just trying to put a little bit more balance in discussion because guys like this interviewer want to make marriage seem like it's just horrible and flat out dead. And it's just understand the risks, understand some of the downsides, and then make the decision accordingly. But we have to be honest about what it is. And this guy, he has everything to lose. And what does he say? I want to be remarried. Ask yourselves, why are so many of these men in their 50s, going into their 60s, why do so many of them say, I would do it again if I could?
That's because that's a partner. That's a life partner. I mean, my girl hates when I call her a partner and slap her on the butt because she says, I don't play baseball with you. I'm your girl. You need to love me. All right, whatever. Rude. But the point, you're still a partner.
I mean, you said rude, but
what up, partner? Pap, yo, I don't play baseball with you.
Hey, put a little comment for Bart for his girl.
Yo, what you doing
for your wife?
Calm down.
Calm
down. You're too happy about this shit.
Put some respect on my name,
dude. You're too happy about this shit. Shut up.
I am.
Yeah. Shut up. Okay.
You know what it's like?
I love the way I look.
You know what it's like? It's like when you bring your friend around your girl, and then all of a sudden they start bonding over something you did wrong, and you just be like,
yo, what the what in the betrayal is this? What is this? By the time I'm finished with you,
I put all you niggas in Pelican Bay. I was thinking the exact same thing.
I will have.
And it's important to highlight these. Everyone who gets online, they just be complaining about their relationships. And they always say bad. But it's like, not everyone got a beef with their ex-wife. Not every divorce is a horror story. Some of it is oftentimes for the better so both people can find happiness. And that's okay to say sometimes too. So, you know, just put a little bit of balance in the force, I guess. Anything else?
Nah.
All right, let us know what y'all think in the comments.
You can click on the link below and use promo code Abba and Preach to be able to enjoy your 4 months for free. Or you could go to surfshark.com/Abba and Preach and you're going to be able to, enjoy those 4 months for free that you're going to have. Enjoy.